Good morning, everyone. Today's scripture reading is coming out of the book of Daniel, chapter 9, verse 14. It reads, "Therefore the Lord has kept ready the calamity and has brought it upon us. For the Lord our God is righteous in all the works that he has done, and we have not obeyed his voice." Here's a promise of, God bringing upon us calamity for those who disobey his word, who don't do what he commands. And I remember sitting in prison and reading verses like this and thinking to myself that I was being judged for the lifestyle that I had lived, for everything that I had involved myself in, from the gang affiliation to using drugs, selling drugs. I mean, you name it. Pretty much at some point in time, I participated in it, and so I seen how my actions are what brought all this calamity upon me, and that God sees everything. Just when I thought I was getting away with things, or when and I know sometimes the flesh can cause us to cut corners, or to take shortcuts and do certain things. Maybe not to the extreme that the way I was living, but it got me to really think about how involved God is in our daily life. Just when I think that when no one's looking, God is always present. God is omnipresent, which means he's everywhere at once. And so God's always present, whatever I'm doing. And so they say the character is who you are when no one's around, when no one's looking. And so God knows that I had a very mischievous, very terrible character. And it wasn't until I started reading verses like this that I really started to reflect on the person I was, and thinking about how all my actions had consequences. I never thought about that growing up. I never thought about cause and effect. I never thought about that there's consequences to my actions. I always thought because I got away with certain things, and that I was manipulating or circumventing the system, or getting away with certain things, that I was invincible. Because that's how the flesh operates. I didn't get caught, so I'm slick, and so on and so forth. But here it reminds me that God sees everything. There's nothing that goes unseen. And so now today I live with that understanding, that though my boss is not standing over my shoulder looking, or though my wife's not there, or that some people aren't watching me. No, God's watching me. And so for that reason, I make sure that my actions are righteous or pure, or that I'm mindful that there's nothing that God doesn't see. And so, and to take it a step further, God even knows the intent of my heart. When I have like this hate or this malice, developing in my heart, I gotta kill it at its root, otherwise it grows. Because I know it says that if you hate your brother without a cause, that's like murder. So God even knows the intentions of our heart. God knows what's going on in here and in here. And so just when we think that we're getting away with certain things, we're not. As the scripture says, "Therefore the Lord has kept ready the calamity and has brought it upon us. For the Lord our God is righteous in all his works that he has done, and we have not obeyed his voice." And so when I start to fear the Lord, then I start to do what's right. Because I don't want to displease God. I don't want to offend God. I don't want to do anything to upset God. I want my lifestyle. I want my heart. I want the intentions of my heart, my thoughts, to glorify God. And so I have to be mindful to that, because I have to be mindful of that, because I'm accountable. I'm accountable. God said that every vain word, every idle thought that we indulge in and participate in, God will judge. And so that's a clear example of how God he sees everything. Nothing goes overlooked by God. It says, "Therefore the Lord has kept ready the calamity and has brought it upon us. For the Lord our God is righteous in all his works that he has done, and we have not obeyed his voice." God bless.